Keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
I wish Jesse had to speak when spoken to. I feel like Jason and Mark could implement that back for Wildy and Tausch. Unless I say your name, I don't want to hear the words that come out of your mouth.
Ooh! How's that for resting snack face, Jim?
If anything, you're proving his point.
You really are. And that's not a resting snack face. That is an active snack face right there.
Snack face.
Getting a workout today.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Jesse Nelson, here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light. Jesse.
Well, I was told there's a speak when spoken to rule for me on this show, so I wasn't going to unless...
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I am in Oregon, Wisconsin, because my daughter's got a recital tonight, so I'll be with you to 5:40. Then Jesse Nelson will take over for the last 20 minutes with Primetime Lorisheim. They're both at the Everlight Solar Studio. You can't see me on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream, and you're probably hearing me kind of weird because I tried to turn on our remote equipment, and it just keeps on turning off all the time, which isn't great. And then my internet stopped mid-pre-show warm-up or like prep. So here we are, me on a cell phone, Jesse Nelson back at the Everlight Solar Studio.
The people
you can see
on the video stream, they're only seeing me, Jim. It's a wide shot of only me. This is my dream come true. Welcome, YouTubers.
I feel like this is all Jesse. He's going to do his own Weird Al Yankovic impersonation right now. But you can see Jesse Nelson on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. So if you're sitting around wondering what the hell is Jesse Nelson doing here, Matt Hamilton is on assignment. Molly Brown is on assignment, and I am in Oregon with no working internet currently, so hopefully that gets fixed soon. Primetime Lorisheim back there at the glass. But I did get a chance to see Primetime and Jesse today as we saw a movie. Jesse wants to tell everyone the movie we saw today.
A Road at Night, the Howard Moore documentary that we've been talking about across our ESPN Wisconsin airwaves for the last couple of weeks leading up to its premiere on Friday night. Powerful documentary sharing the story of Howard Moore, the tragedy that occurred impacting his family. And I'll speak for myself, Jim. I don't have a relationship with Howard Moore the way that, Jason Wilde said he was friends with him in college. Tausch knew him obviously through Badgers athletics. A bunch of other teammates of ours here at ESPN Madison have met Howard and are more connected to the Wisconsin men's basketball team than I am. It's one thing when we've heard the message the last several weeks with some of the guests that have joined, and then to go to the Marcus Point Cinema on the west side of Madison and actually see it for ourselves today and kind of take it all in, and a packed theater full of fans decked out in their Badgers gear, seeing the emotions, the impact that a 90-minute film had on everyone. It definitely made everything hit a little bit differently. And so it was an incredibly powerful experience going to check out the documentary and seeing it this afternoon with our teammates. And quite frankly, a ton more people than I thought were going to be in the theater at 1 o'clock on a Monday afternoon, which is awesome. And so that means word is out and everyone wants to be out and supporting Howard Moore and his family. aroadatnight.com is where you can find more information, get tickets, everything that you want to find out to support Howard and his family through the tragedy that occurred in 2019 and the recovery that's been happening since. aroadatnight.com. That's what stood out to me, Jim. The significance of the Badgers fans who were packed in that theater on a Monday afternoon to support the cause, and obviously the emotional impact that it had, both the positives and the negatives, learning the story and, quite frankly, the awesome things about Howard Moore, and then also the tragedy that we know has happened since the last handful of years.
Yes, and I knew of the Howard Moore story. I would not claim to be friends with him. I did cover that Badger team when Howard Moore was around, and more than anything, I always heard he was like the best person in the world. And that's what that video, that movie we watched drove home, that he was one of those people you meet in life where they are just going to change your life for the better. They have that innate ability to change your life for the better. And he was special like that. And it speaks to his character, it speaks to the character of his family and his son and his entire family, his parents, extended family, all of it. It is a hard movie to watch, but it's an important movie to watch. And it's the first time, and I always hate doing this because it's never the first time, but I feel like it's the first time I can remember a movie ending at a theater and everyone sitting in dead silence for 15 to 30 seconds. It felt like minutes, but that's probably the more apt time was 15 to 30 seconds.
It wasn't like an Avengers movie where you're sitting through the credits and waiting for what the final scene is going to be that everyone knows is coming. Like, you could just tell the emotional impact that it had. No one wanted to get up. No one wanted to move. It was just taking a moment to soak in what we had just seen for the last 90 minutes and the story that it told and the action that it can spark from supporters of Wisconsin athletics, from members of our Madison community, and knowing these are real people that this is impacting and their stories and where they were and where they are now. And it's so powerful in so many different ways.
Yes, and I was happy they kept the lights down a little bit, so not all of us had to look at ourselves in our red eyes afterwards. We had a minute to kind of gather yourself after what was an emotionally train wreck of a movie, but also very uplifting and very inspiring for what the type of person that he is. But Jesse, as you mentioned, and Ryan, it was a full theater. And I was surprised to see that. I was a little bit late when I got in there, though. I thought I'd just go sit down next to all you guys. And I'm like, oh, this place is full. So I just grabbed a seat up front and set up shop. And when it was over, it was a sea of red. Badger feels like leaving a Badger game. So many Badger fans came there to support Howard Moore and support everything. And perfect timing for everyone to be dialing back in with Badger hoops and everything, because Wisconsin they got just the wrong end of the outcome for the Indiana game from the official side of things. But since then, they've looked better and better, and knocking off Michigan State at home was hopefully not the high point of the season, but I think a high point of the season so far.
Friday night was amazing. I watched that game through start to finish, and a 21-point win against the 10th ranked team in the country with a Hall of Fame head coach, coming off a road win in overtime against the 8th ranked team that required a double-digit second half comeback. It feels like the time where you're starting to believe that this team has come together. College basketball and college sports the way that they are now, you don't measure a team by what they do in the first or second month of a season, especially college basketball. You let the team evolve, you play some tough games early in the season, and you see what you're doing at the end. And those teams that get hot at the right time are the teams that can gel and make a big run in the NCAA tournament if they have the right formula. And right now, it's starting to feel. Nick Boyd was just named Big Ten Player of the Week last week. He's obviously a proven player who has competed in a Final Four before. John Blackwell, as clutch as they come. Nolan Winters starting to get really good down in the post and cleanup duty. They're pretty deep, all things considered, with some guys coming in off the bench that are playing really well. I'm starting to believe that this is a team that can make a big run come tournament time here about a month from now. I'm really excited about the state of Wisconsin basketball, and they're finally back in the top 25 today, Jim. About damn time.
Bucky by a billion.
Yeah, it took them a good amount of time to get there, but honestly, the way they were up and down until recently, I guess leaving them out of the top 25 wasn't the most egregious thing that could be done. But Jesse, you say a deep run or a good run there. What does that mean to you?
They haven't gotten to the second weekend in forever. And so a Sweet 16 berth would be pleasant. How's that? I think they are capable because of how well they can shoot the three. I think they are capable of making an Elite Eight or better run in the NCAA tournament.
Whoa, what are we doing? We can't be hedging like capable.
What do you mean?
They're capable of winning a national championship.
Well, of course they
are. I mean, they're capable. Anyone's capable of winning anything.
No,
I want to know what
not
you
everyone's
think they're
capable.
Do. What's the story you think they're going to write?
Yeah, and also why?
I mean, everyone's got a chance.
Yeah, and what's this? They're capable of an Elite Eight
all
run.
right.
Wait, I'm sorry. Whoever
That's,
says the Elite Eight is a benchmark.
So here's my
they could
dilemma.
win a Sweet 16 game. They're capable of winning a Sweet 16 game, Jim.
All right, 4:09. I started to get bullied on Jim, Matt, and Molly, which is actually longer than I thought we would go. So thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, even better. All right, so here's can we nerd out on college basketball for a minute, if you don't mind? Can we do that, everybody? We good?
I mean, if you're talking, I'm sure we will. Yeah, let's have
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. Okay, it comes down to where they land in the bracket. Right now, the Badgers are projected as either an 8 or a 9 seed, most likely, according to the most recent prognostications. Now, a lot of times, they get things wrong. They predict the field correctly, these bracketologists, Joe Lenardi and the like, but they don't necessarily get the right seed line. So it comes down to what the committee, when they want to put the bracket together, how much they value how good the Big Ten is. And if they value the Big Ten as good as I think they will, second best conference in the nation besides the Big 12, then they'll start to look at Wisconsin's strength of schedule. They'll start to look at the wins they put together, especially in conference play, especially against these top 10 teams that are contending for 1, 2, and 3 seeds. And they're going to say, this is a team that definitely does not deserve to face a 1 seed in the second round of the tournament. If they are not an 8 or a 9 seed, I strongly believe that the Badgers have a chance to, well, I believe they will make the Sweet 16 if they are not a 7, 8, 9, or 10 seed. I believe that I would rather they be an 11 seed than a 7 seed, given how good some of the top teams are that are going to be on that 1 and 2 line. But if the Badgers get a 6 seed, the 3s are a big drop-off in this bracket this year from what it looks like right now with a month to go in the season. And so the Badgers, if they get a favorable draw as a 6 seed or better, I believe they can and will reach the Elite Eight. How's that for a college basketball take, Jim? Ryan?
It's still hedged the heck out of it, didn't he, Prime?
I didn't hedge that. No, if they're not a 7, 8, 9, or 10, I think they're an Elite 8 team.
They can't lose. They're gonna have to get to the. They can't lose and get to, and they would also have to get to the Big Ten title championship game to get that 6 seed.
No, 6 seed.
Like, I just don't.
Every year, Jim, there's teams that when that bracket comes out on Selection Sunday, there's teams that look at it and think, oh, how is that a 6 seed? How is that a 5 seed? There's no. And
so
then,
this is your plan.
And likewise,
like, hey, it's happened before to see unworthy teams.
That's exactly what my plan is. And likewise, there's teams that end up on the 8-9 list, and you're like, how on earth that team was 25-2 in the regular season? How'd they get an 8 seed? And then they say, well, we looked at the analytics, and blah 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 blah, and that's how they got an 8 seed. So that's what I think is going to happen. I think they're going to look at Wisconsin. They're going to look at the strength of schedule, the non-conference, the Big Ten play, and they're going to say, we value this team. Just use the eye test. They're going to make a run in the Big Ten tournament. They've won all these games down the stretch of the regular season. They've got a favorable final, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games here coming up, except for on the road at Purdue to close out the regular season. Like, they look really good right now. They're going to continue to stack wins, and as long as they don't slip up against any of these bad teams coming up that they're playing, I think they're going to solidify themselves as a 5 seed or a 6 seed for the NCAA tournament. I truly believe that that's where they're going to land because the committee's going to value what they're doing, and they're going to look at the experience on the roster. A team that's been to the NCAA tournament before. Like I mentioned, Nick Boyd is tremendous. John Blackwell has garnered national attention. They were featuring him on Good Morning America a few weeks ago when he hit that buzzer beater against Minnesota.
Good Morning America.
People know, this is a team that isn't just a bunch of
college basketball news.
Stephanopoulos knows that's a team that doesn't deserve an 8 seed. It's a team that has garnered enough national attention now with the wins that they have stacked, where all the basketball writers everywhere, all the committee, they're saying this is not a team that belongs on that 8 or 9 list. If they get to a 6, I believe they are going to be in the Elite 8, making a huge run come tournament time.
You know what I will say to that, Jesse?
Nerd!
There shouldn't be a case where you need to make say they need all this like seed positioning for them to go on a deep run.
He looked like Charlie in Always Sunny in Philadelphia putting that whole
this
thing
conspiracy theory, connecting all the dots
together.
on the wall.
Yeah.
Listen, okay.
Garbage bedroom.
My wife does not like watching basketball. So the majority of and I love college basketball more than the NBA. I'm getting somewhere with this. So the majority of college basketball that I watch are the Mountain West games that are on at like 9 o'clock at night on Tuesdays and Wednesdays when I'm doing our show prep for Wilde and Tausch at night. And you know what's on right after that? The nerds on CBS Sports Network doing their bracket show where they're talking about this stuff all the time. And I'm telling you, I will stand by them when I'm up at 11 o'clock on a Wednesday night. Try it out this week and check what they're saying on CBS Sports Network, where they love their college basketball. They're loving the Wisconsin Badgers right now, especially after these 2 top 10 wins last week.
Well, I mean, as they should be. They're coming off, I mean, it's back-to-back top 10 wins, but they have 3 top 10 wins this season, right? I mean, they're the only team in college basketball who's done that. I mean,
it's remarkable.
The Badgers deserve all the credit they're getting, though we should also point out that they are in like the hottest stretch they've had in probably since like the end of the regular season last year.
I mean, they've had hot stretches each of the last few years. But did you notice, by the way, today, not only that Wisconsin's in the top 25, did you see who's number 1 this week? Because Arizona lost last week.
That'd be those guys in blue.
The only team to beat the number 1 team in the country this week, the Michigan Wolverines, our Wisconsin Badgers, and we did it at their place. We beat Illinois at their place. We got those 3 top 10 wins. 2 of them are on the road in conference play. You know how hard that is to do? Jim, you know how hard it is. You've covered this team long. You know how hard that is to do when it's a conference this good, this deep. Like, this is an awesome run this team's making. They're an Elite 8 caliber team.
Stop for the caliber. They are a very good basketball team.
At least say Final Four caliber if you're going to say
caliber.
caliber.
I mean, like, if Arizona is a 2 seed and they play, like, okay, maybe that's not so favorable because Arizona's probably the best team in the country.
Arizona just lost twice this week.
They just had a cold spell. Like, get it out of the system now. You know, that kind of thing. Like, Wisconsin is not the best team in college basketball. I heard Riley Auk say that on the Saturday screen.
He said if they're playing their best, they can beat any team in the country.
Yeah, that's ridiculous talk. That's Riley. Settle down, buddy. They are.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go as far as say they're capable of beating any team in the country. I can tell you this: they shoot well enough to beat any team in the country. I'm still worried about their rebounding. I'm still worried about their defense. But what they proved to me last week, when I thought that that's how 2 teams with some pretty good post players in Michigan State and Illinois were going to beat them, they rose to the occasion. They out-rebounded Illinois. They dominated Michigan State. If that was their Achilles heel, their weakness, that other team, if I know it, I'm sure other team, I know Tom Izzo knows that if I know it, and they still made him look silly on Friday night, that makes me feel pretty good about our Wisconsin Badgers.
Our side of the poll question is: do you think the Wisconsin Badgers will meet the Sweet 16?
Wait, can we ask? Are they an Elite 8 caliber team, Jim? Can we just ask that as our poll question?
Fine.
I mean, but okay.
Just make sure that came from Jesse Nelson. Don't put my name on that.
Jesse Nelson says the Wisconsin Badgers are Elite 8 caliber.
They play Ohio State tomorrow night. Ohio State's fine. They're not great. If the Badgers lose,
beat them once already.
Just riddle me this: if Wisconsin loses at Ohio State tomorrow night, then they're probably going to end up on the 8-9, at best a 7 seed, you would imagine, in the tournament. So at that point, I can't say that I think they're a Sweet 16 team. But as of today, I think they're not only a Sweet 16 caliber team, I think they're an Elite 8 caliber team. It just depends on what the matchups are come bracketology season in March.
844-770-3776. That's Carbon Talking text line. List is more our signing limited poll question. Jesse Nelson thinks the Badgers are an Elite 8 caliber team. Is that not the saddest thing you've ever heard? No, we are asking you.
It's a great
do
thing.
Do you agree with Jesse? Yeah, let's print up the Elite 8. Let's print up the Elite 8 shirts. Does those even exist? Does anyone have an Elite 8 shirt?
Well, why would you wear it for like one day and then lose it?
Right, that's what I mean.
But for that one Saturday, man, that would be a good shirt.
Yeah, no, you'd say, wait, hold on. Yeah, because would you say you made it to the Elite 8 or you won a Sweet 16
Regional
game, right?
final bound.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
I feel like you'd be more proud of like making the Sweet 16 than going to the Elite 8 and losing in the Elite 8.
I'll also tell you this. I don't know how this all shakes out when they get to this, but there is a regional in Chicago. And I know where a lot of Wisconsin Badgers fans live, in the greater Chicago region. And even if Wisconsin was a 2 or a 3, if they're playing Arizona or UConn or Duke or any of these teams in Chicago, I'd feel pretty good about that.
All right. Chalmers Jewelers is somewhere you can feel good about. Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. Madison's custom jeweler, Madison's locally owned jeweler, and Madison's family owned jeweler. Check out Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
I worried about choosing the right two-year college where credits would transfer to UW, but I figured out a great path. At Madison College, I'm in the STEM program. The classrooms are intimate, instructors are engaging, and best of all, I'll be able to transfer to UW debt-free. My advice to others, start your journey here. You won't regret it. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Looking for an easy lunch or dinner win? Pizza Hut's My Hut Box lets you pick a personalized pan pizza, a melt, and now you can choose wings as your entree. Boneless or traditional wings tossed in your favorite sauce or rub. One box, tons of options, all day, every day. My Hut Box is the best personalized meal combo starting at just $6.99. Head to one of their locations, order on the app, or online at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. Feed good times.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Doug Brown is Assistant Executive Director of the Dane County Humane Society. Doug, your organization has business technology from James Imaging Systems. Today, we'd like to hear about your mission.
At Dane County Humane Society, we believe that everybody deserves the unconditional love that a companion animal can bring into their lives. We take pride in working with our community to help people help animals.
How so?
We are proud to offer services for adoptions. We're proud to help lost animals find their way home. We're proud to be able to take care of the injured and orphaned wildlife of the community.
How can others lend a hand to help the Dane County Humane Society?
I'd encourage anybody who is interested in helping to visit our website where they can learn more about the organization, including ways to volunteer, to donate, to participate in a special event.
And the Dane County Humane Society's website is?
GiveShelter.org.
One more time.
GiveShelter.org.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Pro Volleyball lives in Madison. Love Madison, Wisconsin's professional women's volleyball team brings premier talent, elite competition, and non-stop intensity to every match. Featuring world-class athletes in high-energy action from start to finish, this is volleyball at the highest level. See elite professional sports right here in Madison. Purchase tickets today at lovbmad.com/tickets. That's lovbmad.com/tickets.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues. Jesse Nelson in for Molly Brown and Pat Hamilton. Primetime overtime with them in the Everlight Solar Studio. I am not in the Everlight Solar Studio. I am Jim Rutledge. You get into the show, 844-770-3776. It's Carbless Talk text line. List is more. You can't see me on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream because everything in my house decided to stop working at about 3:58. So,
not ideal.
I have flashing red light down where my internet router is, so that can't be good.
Yeah. Why are you at home today? Why do you want to hang out with me here in the studio where you always are?
No, I heard Jesse Nelson's in. I'm out. No, my youngest Nola is a monkey in the recital today, and I have tickets to see her show at 6:00.
Wow.
So
What's the wait? What show is it?
Yeah.
That I don't know.
You just know she's playing a monkey?
I just know she's playing a monkey.
Wait, okay. Can we deduce?
Wizard of Oz has monkeys.
No, it's not Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
I think she's just like I don't know.
Planet of the Apes?
That's musical? A bit heavy for her.
Could be.
There are no monkeys in Planets of the Apes.
That's true.
Here, we can ask the source right here. Nola, what's the name of the play you're in? Your recital.
She doesn't know.
Freddy the Frog and the Jungle Jazz? You guys got it?
Freddy the Frog and the Jungle Jazz. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Jim, what's your crowning achievement? What's your one shine, since we're talking college basketball, what's your one shining moment in your youth recital concert career?
So one was more, I guess I was in 7th grade, and we did like a fake Jeopardy thing, and I got everyone in tears because I played like the dumb jock like to a T, and so like it was like a Jeopardy when I would just answer like with like obviously wrong answers, like our own version of Celebrity Jeopardy, obviously 7th, 8th grade rated Celebrity Jeopardy sort of thing, but like got to play the dumb and like wore like an old jersey and helmet and kind of just got to ham it up as that guy. That got some laughs. That was the first time I really got the solo love. People came up to me afterwards and said you did a really good job. So I would say that's probably the one that stood out. That's my origin story to hear.
Nice, yeah, all uphill from there. And you knew if you put a microphone in front of your face, and you'll be golden from that point on. I was the cast as the lead male for our church musical when I was in 5th grade, I think. It was like the storyline was there was an adult reading like a Christmas book to the two kids sleeping under the tree, and then all the story and the music happened all around us, and I was one of the two kids that was being read the story. I had like a solo and all kinds of stuff, and that's where I knew that I loved being in the spotlight, and I knew I had a future in this. And then I just got a little older and realized I couldn't sing.
Cool. Yeah, you decided to sing today, or did you just play the piano today?
No. I could still play the piano just fine. Yeah, I brought my piano in today. Yeah. So I was inspired by. I wanted to get after you for this, Jim. I've actually been waiting like months to do this because you're very anti-marching band, and every time I hear you say it, I die a little on the inside. So I'm sure you're Mr. NBA on this show. I'm sure you tuned in to watch the NBA All-Star game yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And I am sure that unlike the rest of America,
if you're trying to use John Tesh as the cool guy standard,
I am sure, Ryan, unlike the rest of America, when John Tesh and the All-Star Band performed Round Ball Rock live as they introduced the All-Stars at the Intuit Dome, everyone thought that was awesome. But Jim Rutledge, who's so anti-live music at sporting events, I am sure that you were very out on that, right?
No, I'm anti-marching band. You want to put a concert out at halftime of the Badger games? Sign me up. I will pay attention. I don't need to hear some weird band-only cover of a song that I know, and I could be like, I think I kind of know the name of that song, all in the name of tradition. That's what I don't need. Also, I don't need. It's such a weird collection of like. I'm glad the members of John Tesh's Cool Guy band got a chance to bring out the saxophone and everything, but like, it's such a skill. You're like, great. You're gonna bring out the flute at a party. You're gonna bring out the drums. What are we doing? Like, it's not even like a social skill. You could be like, hey, I played the trombone.
I'll have you know that
pretty
much every time I go over to my friend Tyler's house, if we're having a big night, he'll bring out the trombone at some point and start chasing his dog around the house with it. Yeah, he's chasing him around. The dog starts barking. It's a fun little tradition that we have.
Why did you allow Jesse on the show? What is this?
That's a great question.
What is going on?
So you were in on John Tesh yesterday. I want your official statement on this.
Well, John Tesh is a giant loser, but Roundball Rock is somehow, blind squirrel finds a nut. Like that, Roundball Rock is elite, but let's be honest, it is elite because it ties directly and plucks the nostalgia strings of Michael Jordan and the Bulls taking on the New York Knicks or the Indiana Pacers or the Los Angeles Lakers. And that's half the battle with it. It just strings the heartstrings to get you ready to go. Coincidentally, Michael Jordan, a winner yesterday too, with winning the NASCAR or the Daytona 500.
I'm sure you were tuned into that too, right?
No, I just saw that on the internet. The only thing I'm going to watch less than the marching band is a bunch of cars driving around the circle.
Which would you rather go to a marching band competition or a NASCAR race?
Here's what I imagine hell is for me if it's real. It is me having to sit in the stands, eating hot dogs, watching a NASCAR race while the marching band sits around.
Marching band in the infield. That's what it is.
I like the image of him standing around him in the stands, continuously playing.
They're marching around me, making a spectacle of themselves.
I can't.
Nobody's here to see you.
I'm so sad for you that you're so anti-marching band. It just
what is the redeeming quality of the marching band?
The University of Wisconsin has one of the best marching bands in the nation. They are so good
Who can
at
tell
what
that,
they
though?
do.
Like the regular fan,
Us
if you
nerds,
just switched out the Badger
over here, they're like,
if you switched out the Badger marching band and put in like a top end high school band, I bet your fans wouldn't even notice the difference.
Who can tell you who the best curlers are in the world? You get a curling nerd like the guy that's usually sitting in the chair that I'm in here every day.
I'm not forced to watch curling in the middle of something else I want to. If they started curling in the middle of a football game, I would be annoyed. Can you put something on that I actually care about? What percentage of people that like football enjoy the marching band?
I would guess. Didn't you pull this? I'm pretty sure 90% of football fans love the marching band.
That was somewhat influenced by Matt Hamilton retweeting it and telling people to vote for the marching band.
Well, I mean, he's right, though.
Yeah, his
I'm
followers
Team Matt.
do whatever they tell him.
That's true.
Or whatever he tells them to.
He is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, he is kind of a
time
big
of the
deal.
year.
Yeah.
90% of football. Now, when you go to like your high school game, like sure, the parents who are sitting in the stands are going to stay in the stands, and the football parents are going to go get their concessions and their hot chocolate at halftime. That's how it works. It's halftime. When you go to a Badger game, people are going to get up and go to the bathroom because it's halftime. But the point is, you still have entertainment going on at halftime. And for those who want to watch the marching band, it is entertaining. The fact that college football,
I enjoy the people that go flying across the tumblers, go flying across the field, or at college basketball games, they got the teacup lady. That is so much more entertaining.
When I've been doing my tour, so on the ESPN Wisconsin app, I've been calling games around the state over the last couple of weeks here for WIAC Wednesdays. We're going to the WIAC.
This is what
schools.
it was. This is what this was, Ryan. Some big giant workaround for Ryan for Jesse to tell everyone about his WIAC.
It's not. I promise you.
Didn't you just hear him, Jim? It's
they like
WIAC. Come
WIAC.
on.
They like WIAC. WIAC's the Educators Association.
I like WIAC.
Of course you do.
So.
When you go around and when you're in a gym, no matter what level, and there's a live band playing along as the game's going, it's so much more impactful and a so much more unique environment than when you just have the canned music blaring over the sound system.
Can I ask you, Jesse?
So much better.
What is your favorite, rank your top 3 live marching band performances you've seen or heard in person?
The Muskego High School Decades show in 2008, celebrating the 50th.
Wait, 2008. So who was in the band?
I was in the band for that one, but it was a great show. 6 decades celebrating the 60 years of Muskego High School's existence. By far, number one in my marching band show.
What's 2 and 3?
Rankings. Pinball Wizard, the Wisconsin Badgers did a number of years ago. Pinball Wizard was a lot of fun.
Wait, pinball, like number of years ago, which specific game? Like which one is burned in your memory that you've never forgotten?
The Citadel. I think it was the Citadel on band day. Because one of my favorite memories was going to Camp Randall when they had
the Citadel?
When they had this was like 2007. It was one of like the first games ever on Big Ten Network. But they had all the marching band students from around the state come in uniform, and then we filled up the entire section in front of the field house. And so you had the green from Greenfield, the red from Muskego, the purple from Waukesha North, all littered about in this section, and everybody's playing along with the band.
And they saw so much of the band, they brought them to the Citadel game.
Yeah, no kidding. The Badgers didn't even think that much of it. They were ranked 7, and they beat the Citadel 45-31. This was a closer
game. Than the experts thought against the Citadel.
I blame that on the band.
It was tied 21-21 at halftime.
Tough to get up for the Citadel.
What year was that?
This is 2007. PJ Hill had 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, big day for PJ on the ground. Found out that was our bread and butter. Bielema. Yeah.
Jeez. Number 7.
Bielema did like his bread and butter.
7th ranked Badgers beat Citadel by 14
It was a
at
trap
home.
Trap game. 11 a.m.
God.
kick. It was tough. Yeah.
The high school bands are there.
Yeah.
Like nobody cares.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
I'm sad that you don't like the band more. I really wish you did.
Citadel's quarterback had 4 touchdowns. Oh my God, Tyler Donovan. Oh no, excuse me.
That was our guy.
No, Duran Lawson.
You don't know who Tyler Donovan was?
No, I do. I just read it wrong. That was my bad. I was just Googling.
I mean, I wouldn't put it. I mean, it's not like he was. I mean, I like Tyler Donovan.
No, I've heard of Tyler Donovan.
It's because I've said the name Tyler Donovan.
Yes, it's definitely part of the reason. Otherwise, I would not have recognized the name. No.
So yeah,
all right.
Number 2 on my.
All right, number
Badger.
3.
I'm gonna have to think on number 3.
Oh, really?
No.
It's really
impactful. I bet you don't have to think too hard to give us top 3 football games you've been to.
I would hope not.
I did fall asleep during a Packers game, though, and I can't say I've ever fallen asleep during a marching band performance. So take that.
Well, I hope you have the endurance of 15 minutes to listen to the marching band perform.
Don't make this about my endurance, Jim. That's a soft spot for me, and you know it.
Let's go to break.
Go to Rooster Steakhouse in Middleton instead of going to watch a band live. Or if you take someone to go to see the band live, take them to Rooster Steakhouse afterwards as an apology. You get the Sizzle, Swizzle, and Swirl happy hour. Get yourself a fantastic steak sandwich, seared sashimi, fried calamari. So many great options over at Rooster Steakhouse in Middleton. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I think I've listened and watched this show long enough to know that Molly's mind is just always in the gutter. It doesn't matter what.
Mine!
Yeah, Molly.
Jim says something, and Molly's eyebrows just go up. She's looking for a giggle.
Yeah. I'm a bottomless. You're not wrong.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Love at first drive. Experience it this February at Audi Madison. Ben Brust here for Zimbrick European and what Audi can offer you. 2.99% APR for 72 months when you purchase a 2025 Audi Q5 Quattro. Offers only available until March 2nd. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
A Road at Night is a documentary chronicling former Badgers player and coach Howard Moore and the 2019 tragedy that forever changed his family. You can see it on the big screen at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison, February 13th through the 19th, with exclusive post-screening panels during the opening weekend. A Road at Night, February 13th through 19th at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison. All proceeds support Howard Moore's ongoing care. Find showtimes and get tickets right now at aroadatnight.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Come see what the buzz is all about at Madison Axe, Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Enjoy 8 lanes of axe throwing, interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard with 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Perfect for date night, groups, corporate meetings, or private events. Madison Axe is your destination for all things fun. Throw it, nail it, celebrate. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Gruber Law Offices, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Call us today if you've been injured. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just a priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store, Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
The WIAA Individual State Wrestling Tournament hits the Kohl Center on February 26th. This year, the WIAA and Madison Area Sports Commission are turning up the excitement with a Super Suite Experience giveaway. One lucky fan will score full weekend access to a hospitality suite, 10 suite tickets for Friday and Saturday, plus $100 in sweet snacks. You must be 18 or older and in the stands at the Kohl Center on February 26th to enter. Don't miss your shot. Grab your wrestling tournament tickets now at visitmadison.com/WIAA.
Make your fitness goals last with Johnson Fitness and Wellness, the largest specialty fitness retailer in the country with 2 locations right here in Madison. At Johnson Fitness and Wellness, you'll find top-rated treadmills, strength, elliptical, bikes, and more, all guided by certified fitness experts who match the right equipment to your goals, space, and budget. For a limited time, save big during their President's Day sale, including free weight plates on select Force USA gyms. Visit one of their stores today or shop online at johnsonfitness.com.
They say punters are people too, especially on KBN.
Brian Gutekunst is going to have his best offseason of his entire career. I've been thinking about roster development lately and what Goody has in store for him. And I don't see any way this team can become a title contender unless Goody has the best offseason of his whole career.
Kyle, Brust, and Nordman. Presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. Weekdays from 2 till 4 on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, this is Matt's Chicago Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
continues. Primetime Morishheim, Jesse Nelson are live at the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's the Carbon Talk text line. List is more. We are asking a signing limit poll question. Jesse Nelson thinks the Badgers are an Elite 8 caliber team. Do you agree? And one of the big things, and you now can see me on the ESPN Madison YouTube.
Yeah, you sound and look great, Jim. This is a big upgrade for you.
One step at a time here. So we got the Comrex working. We have I cannot research anything on the show now because my only source of internet is my phone, which is now propped up on my desk. And so we will do the show. As Ryan likes to say, we're going to raw dog the show. So I will try to figure out.
I think that's like your and Molly's phrase.
Ryan like to say that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that's something I would say I like to say.
Don't you like to do that with a pork butt?
Only with pork butts. It's exclusive to any other conversation.
I think the way I'm talking about is the most appropriate way, because if you go to on an airplane, you don't bring any. If you just read a book and don't bring any electronics, don't they call that raw dogging it?
Yes, and that is what we're talking about when we're talking about pork butts or anything on the show. When it comes to raw dogging, we're just talking about going without any sort of extra added on anything else. That's why I like pork butt without any seasoning, no sauces, no flavors. Just give me straight pork butt.
I wasn't aware the host of the show did much research normally anyway, so I didn't think it would be that much of a change of pace.
Why would you be so rude to Matt Hamilton when he's not even here?
Love you, Matt.
All right. Speaking of Matt Hamilton might have been able to do a better job than Matt LaFleur did after the Badgers' victory over. If Matt LaFleur gave this speech, well, let's just hear it. Let's go ahead and hear it.
Well, first, Jim, you know what it is. We got to do some PR 101.
Oh, okay. All right.
Class is now in session.
Good teacher. He really seems to care.
What?
About what, I have no idea.
Welcome to PR 101 with your professor, Big J, Jim Rutledge.
Big J.
Big J.
That's right, Big J Rutledge. That is me. And
does that mean I'm Little J?
What's that?
You chose that just now.
All right, I am Big J and Little J.
Okay.
Jesse, if we ever get our own show together, we can go
Yeah,
Big J,
there it
Little
is.
J.
Sure.
There we are.
Big J, period, Little J, comma, right? It's not.
And then energy, because we bring a lot of energy to the show.
Always a lot of energy with you guys. All right, well, guys, you're both bringing much better energy than Matt LaFleur might have, because he was in the Badger men's basketball's locker room after their win against Michigan State Friday night. I don't know why he was there. I don't know. He just, I guess, happened to be in attendance for the game. I don't know if you guys saw anything else about this, right?
Oh, big game.
It was a big game.
Oh.
Okay. So big game Matt showed up to Madison to watch the game.
Frank Kaminsky was there.
True.
And Joe Thomas was
Ben
there.
Brust was there.
Yeah, Matt
True.
LaFleur said I should probably be there.
So Matt LaFleur was, I guess, asked to give the team a speech after the game, and here's what he had to say to the guys.
Every time you step on that court, you play like that. You be tough. A really tough team to beat, but that was fun to watch. Keep it rolling now, one day at a time. Who's captain?
Matt LaFleur. He has to know that sucked, right? He has to know, oh God. I hope nobody posted that.
I will say, you watch if you watch the video with us, because we did play it on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. You can see in his face, he can tell he's like, yeah. That just happened. Hopefully, like you said, hopefully nobody was recording on that. But
who decided to post that? Not everything has to be posted. That was horrible.
Maybe just keep that one private for the members of the team.
Well, in the social media team's defense, you would think, oh, it's the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. He's in the locker room with us after the game. This should go viral because it should be a really
This wasn't
cool
a live
video.
stream. They saw it.
No, but. Still,
this is like the Brewers putting out that weird Pat Murphy fake letter from the dead Bob Uecker thing.
No, that's way worse.
Yeah, it's not.
At least this was egregious behavior. At least this was actually Matt LaFleur talking to the team after the game. It's just.
But did Matt LaFleur put this speech into ChatGPT before he went out there?
Play it again. I want to be inspired here on a Monday afternoon. Please play it again, Ryan.
Every time you step on that court, you play like that. You be tough. A really tough team to beat, but that was fun to watch. Keep it rolling now, one day at a time. Who's captain?
Now I know why Jordan Love is so boring.
They don't even know when that speech ends.
That's a good question.
He basically had to say, period. Because he wasn't talking with exclamation points.
Hey.
He was talking with basic punctuation.
Hey, you know what, though, Jim? That was fun to watch. That game was fun to watch.
That was fun to
watch.
Brian, someone was trying to defend him, saying, like, maybe it was on the spot. That didn't look on the spot. That looked like
I think
they
it
cleared
was.
out.
I think it was. Well, on the spot, in that they probably said, like, after the game, hey, coach, would you want to come down to the locker room? And then guard's probably like, hey, Matt, like, you want to say something to the team? And he's just like, yeah, wasn't thinking this would happen, but let's do it.
What is LaFleur's profession?
He's a head football coach.
Right.
In the NFL.
So he's been in this spot before.
One would think. We've seen the videos the Packers post after their wins. Yeah, the Victory Monday type videos.
Like, you go, like, just for an example, less pressure, but also less big names behind it, is that, like, we go around the office and we will impromptu ask people questions, put it on camera immediately, or we're doing a live radio show, and you can kind of BS or kind of put together something just off the top of your head as a professional radio host if you put on the spot.
Like Jesse's top 3 favorite musical marching band performances, which we still haven't gotten free for.
That was very Matt LaFleur-esque. But, like, in general, Matt LaFleur, if he's just put on the spot to give a motivational speech, should just have something in the bag. Like, if you put Bo Ryan out there or Barry Alvarez, I said Bo Ryan because his face is behind you, but Barry Alvarez, you throw Ben Brust out there, he's going to give a better speech than that. Just put him on the spot.
Jim Rutledge, he's fake tough.
Can you imagine Greg Gard, after a 21-point throttling of 10th-ranked Michigan State, on the heels of winning in overtime at 8th-ranked Illinois, coming into that locker room and saying, guys, great win. And let me tell you, I have the head coach who is tied with Paul Brown for second most in NFL history wins in his first 7 seasons. One of the most successful NFL coaches of all time, Matt LaFleur, is coming in here to congratulate you. Here's what he has to say. And then you get that.
Every time you step on that court, you play like that. You be tough, really tough team to beat. But that was fun to watch. Keep it rolling now, one day at a time.
Oh, my God. Keep it rolling one day. He's like a pull string doll.
I will say,
keep it rolling.
Underrated.
Keep it rolling one day at a time. That was fun to watch. Keep on pulling it. Play like that. Tough to beat.
Underrated part of the video, once again, I highly recommend watching this video on our ESPN Madison YouTube stream. The whole time he's giving the speech, he's got one hand in his pocket, too. You can tell he's like totally half in on it. He's not committed to this at all. He's got a water bottle in his hand, and as soon as he's done, he does that awkward, like, just grab the water bottle with both hands move, where you can tell, like, I don't know how that just went. I'm just going to
I'll do it by hands.
Clutch the water bottles. I don't know. Can we do it one more time? Because here's what I am realizing now stands out. I think he wanted to say, if you play like that, he wanted to do what Riley Yauk said on Saturday Scramble.
You can beat any team in the country.
Beat any but then he realized, oh, man, UConn's pretty good. Oh, Arizona's really good. I don't know if I believe that.
He's from Michigan. He's like, hey, the Wolverines pretty good, guys.
And then he pulls back. So listen to it one more time thinking that.
Every time you step on that court, you play like that. You be tough, really tough team to beat. But that was fun to watch. Keep it rolling now, one day at a time.
What does Molly say? Oof. That is brutal.
You keep it rolling like that. You keep it rolling one day. He goes one day and he goes into the bag of cliches after 10 seconds.
You get a cliche. You get a cliche. You get a cliche.
Jordan loved the cliche fairy showed up and he gave a few out.
Like, if you want insight into why the Packers have blown so many games over the last 2 years, especially last year, if that is anything remotely close to what's done at halftime, I'm surprised they ever win a game.
Yeah.
What is okay, I want to try and be.
Do you think he was nervous because they're all like 18 years old? He's like, these are like cool kids. Like,
no,
these are like teenagers.
If he is, he should be fired.
Ryan, I can't speak for you. I think Jim and I have done this long enough where we know the spot he was in, where they came up to him at the last minute. This was totally not planned.
Yes, 100%.
And they said, hey, you want to say something to the team on the big win? And he goes, well, sure, I'm Matt LaFleur. I have to. And he stepped up there, and he had nothing.
Like, I was, for an example here, as a marketing consultant, I was on a company-wide call, was not told I was going to be called on. I was trying to fix my dishwasher at the same time, and I all of a sudden get called on the middle of it. I have to pull out from behind underneath the dishwasher and then try to pop up and then answer this question kind of half out of breath.
Like a
I
puppet?
still answered it. I gave a filibuster for a second, and then I answered the question appropriately and kept the meeting going.
Yeah. It's tough. Also, the fact that I think it's hilarious that half the guys in that locker room probably don't even like the Packers either. Half of them are like from Minnesota, so they probably actively dislike Matt LaFleur.
All right, so for real, serious conversation.
For real or
here.
phony?
Serious conversation here for a
It's
second.
a phony post-game speech by Matt LaFleur.
If you had, Dan Campbell is at the Michigan game.
So he was actually at Michigan State the other day. He wore Michigan State hat, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Controversial. Apparently his daughter is a Spartan. So.
Well, that's fair. Okay.
Doesn't seem controversial at all then.
In the state of Michigan, it might have been controversial.
He's pretty partial, and with good reason, I would say. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
All right, let's try a different one then. Sean McVay goes to the UCLA game. And
chooses UCLA over USC.
And oh, my God. They're playing.
Who's being a nerd now, Ryan? Come on.
UCLA gets a big win.
No. Better example. Ben Johnson at the Illinois game in Brad Underwood's locker room after a big win. Let's say when they beat Michigan State the other week.
No, I'm not. Ben Johnson's a little different because he's only done it for 1 year as a head coach. I want to do someone a little more established.
Okay.
So McVay's the best one I can do.
All right.
Because UCLA beat Purdue in a big win earlier this year. Let's say McVay's at that game and he goes in and he talks to the team afterward. You feel like he's got an identity. He's got this brand that he can present. And even if he's totally making up 15 to 30 seconds off the cuff, it's Sean McVay and he's going to be able to deliver.
Right. Like Barry Alvarez has made a living, including the Barry Alvarez show with Jesse Nelson, of saying very similar things in different cadences with different sets of words, but it's the same thing over and over again. It's just said slightly different inflections, or maybe a different story around it. Like,
Absolutely.
and you feel a bag of tricks.
And you feel inspired every time you hear it, no matter how many times you hear it.
Preposterous that I've even heard that.
He can tell the same story 10 times, and I'm going to feel like I want to run through a brick wall every time he says the story.
And he might have a little extra nugget each time. It might be slightly different each time. But he's still pulling in a bag of tricks like Santa Claus. All right, I'll tell you this story. And I'll tell it and be like, you know what? I forgot to mention this last time, but this is on top of the story.
I feel
like you can tell Rutledge that.
And maybe it's because he won a Super Bowl earlier in his tenure than Matt LaFleur did now at this point. But Mike McCarthy had a brand established pretty quickly as the head coach of the Packers, where if he was coming in talking to a locker room,
he was at Pitt's locker room after a big ACC win.
It might not be the the best speech.
The Panthers just knocked off Duke.
But you would know you're getting a genuine, that's Mike McCarthy, Rust Belt, Packers head coach, pull himself up by his bootstraps, delivering, getting the goods done. He's going to give you a good, powerful, impactful speech. I don't really know between Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love what their brands are at this point. That's what I said this the other day. I don't know what Jordan Love does a lot of good. Let me restart that. Jordan Love does a lot of things really good, above average. I don't know if there's any one thing that I can say Jordan Love does great. Matt LaFleur is starting to get, besides winning football games early in his tenure with Aaron Rodgers as the head coach, I don't know if there's one thing. It's supposed to be play calling, but he's on the sideline drawing up plays on a notebook against the Eagles this season when they couldn't figure out what to do offensively, and that didn't get the job done. They blew an 18-point lead to the arch-rival Bears in the playoffs. I don't know if there's anything that I can say right now that Matt LaFleur is extremely elite at. There's nothing that is the Matt LaFleur brand right now. And that's what's tough for us as Packers fans to be able to rally around going into next season. Knowing that this head coach is coming back. There's nothing in particular that stands out from his resume other than winning a bunch of games in the first 3 years that you say, that's our guy. We're going to keep riding with this because this is what he does. This is how he delivers. A lot of the other proven, established coaches around the league, you can have that brand that you can at least point to. And even though it might not work for a given year, you can say, I know we're going to get that from Andy Reid, Dan Campbell, Sean McVay. I don't know what that is from Matt LaFleur right now.
We'll talk Packers on the other side, and including a little bit of a new segment here. We'll talk about what Packers free agents you might want to see come back and what free agents you might want to see to come to Green Bay. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. No Matt Hamilton, no Molly Brown. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Jesse Nelson. It's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Hey, this is Matt's Chicago Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community.
Like that,
Start your experience at StarionBank.com.
Nick Boyd after
Member
Wisconsin's
FDIC.
throttle against Michigan State. Boyd with 25 of the Badgers' 92 points en route to Bucky's second win against a top 10 opponent in a week span. In a season filled with highs and lows, Boyd reflecting on the hill Wisconsin climbed to reach this new height.
We was just like kind of lost as a team, and we just came together, and to have moments like this, man, it's just beautiful, and I'm just so proud to be a part of this team. And we got way more moments to share together.
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club, because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princeton Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
Hey, this is Jonathan Blackwell of Wisconsin Badgers basketball. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by the Jump Around, a Badgers dedicated show. Tune in to Jim Rutledge and Pablo Iglesias every Thursday at 12:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel for all things Wisconsin Badgers. And speaking of the Badgers, men's basketball is in the top 25 for the first time in 2026. Yes, the previously unranked Wisconsin Badgers are number 24 in today's updated AP poll, ranked for the first time since mid-November when they were number 23. This comes after back-to-back wins versus top 10 opponents last week, finishing with Friday's 92-71 win over previously 10th-ranked Michigan State. Spartans also falling to number 15 in this week's updated poll. Badgers are now the only team in the country with 3 wins over top 10 ranked teams, as I said, including 2 in the last week. The Badgers will be back at it on the road tomorrow at Ohio State tomorrow night as the Badgers continue looking for a spot in the NCAA tournament. Head over to ESPN.com to read the latest projections from ESPN's Joe Lunardi and other bracketologists. Badgers currently still in the should-be-in category, not within the lock teams. Meanwhile, Bucks basketball are off for the All-Star weekend this past weekend. They'll be back out at Friday night against the New Orleans Pelicans. Second off, Jim, Matt, and Molly right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special. Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's gonna swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow. Oh.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
We're learning a lot about each other.
I wish Jesse had a speak when spoken to. I feel like Jason and Mark could implement that back for Wildy and Tausch. Unless I say your name, I don't want to hear the words that come out of your mouth.
Ooh! How's that for resting snack face, Jim?
If anything, you're proving his point.
You really are. And that's not a resting snack face. That is an active snack face right there.
Snack face.
Getting a workout
Broadcasting
today.
live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside Jesse Nelson, here's Jim Rutledge.
Hour number 2 of Jim, Matt, and Molly. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Jesse Nelson. We are presented by Coors Light. At the Mountains of Blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power live from Oregon, Wisconsin as I get ready for to see my daughter in a recital. I forgot the name of it. Something Jazz at the end.
Freddie the Frog and the
Jungle Jazz.
Freddie the Frog and the Jungle Jazz. There we go. I'll be going to that. I'll be leaving around 5:40.
What do you think the plot is?
Jungle Jazz. Why is it a frog? And do frogs live in the jungle?
Freddie does.
Freddie
fair
the
enough.
Frog,
Freddie
yeah.
does. There you
Jungle
go.
Jazz.
Just need one to change the world there, Primetime Warrior.
That sounded really silly.
Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown are both out. Jesse Nelson in for them. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's Carl Basaki text line. This is more. We have a side unlimited poll question that one of you are going to have to let me know the results of because, as I mentioned earlier, I'm flying blind here. I have no internet, and I'm using my phone for the YouTube stream, which you can stream us on, which means I have no access to be able to look anything up.
Oh, you'll be delighted, Jim. The people agree with me.
Yeah.
So, the poll today at ESPN Madison, I say the Badgers men's basketball team is an Elite 8 caliber team, and I stand by it. Do you agree? Yes, 76% of our fans. Yes, they are an Elite 8 caliber team, which means no 24%. So 3 out of 4 Badgers fans, more or less, say they are an Elite 8 caliber team like me.
So we can revisit that maybe a little bit later in the show. I think they're a Sweet 16 team. It's Sweet 16 or bust for me with this team. So it's just the Elite 8 is a funny marking point. I just never really – I think a lot of teams be like, you know what, we need to get to the Elite 8. Like when you're setting goals, it's like Sweet 16, Final Four. It's just not there. I know Bo Ryan had Elite 8. Nobody was like – well, before he got to the Final Four, nobody was defending him by saying like, oh, he got to one Elite 8. No, it was like, oh, all he does is get to the Sweet 16. Now we kill to get to the Badgers in the Sweet 16.
You would be disappointed if the Badgers don't reach the Sweet 16.
Yes, because I think no matter what their setup is or who they're playing, I think they're good enough to be a Sweet 16 team.
Even if they're an 8 seed and they have to play Arizona or UConn as a 1 seed in round 2.
Well, I think at this point, I don't think they'll be an 8 seed anymore. So
I would certainly hope not, but it's possible.
I just think 5's a little high or 6 is a little high, but maybe 7 is where I think they end up landing. Unless they get to the Big Ten title game. Then maybe that climbs them up to that 5. But the Green Bay Packers, we heard about Matt LaFleur doing his best to inspire the Badger basketball team, but I don't think a lot of Packer fans have a lot of inspiration that they're going to make a big splash. Jesse, you and Willie and Tausch talked a little about this earlier today, and I mean, it's a little bit of a fool's errand to talk about who the Packers might chase over the age of 30, but there are some names out there. There are people available for the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, so there's an article here from SI.com. Jacob Westendorf outlines 4 30-plus ring-chasing pass rushers that could help make the Packers strong Super Bowl contenders. You get all the qualifications there, Jim? I want to make sure we're on the same.
Yes, very much a LeBron stat already.
So,
all right, let's go.
So players over the age of 30, pass rushers who are ring chasing at this stage of their career, where they have not won a championship and they just want to hop on with another team to get another chance at a ring in 2026. So there are 4 players listed in this article from our guy, Jacob Westendorf.
So before we get into it, Jesse, we
Yes.
have another surprise little
Oh,
open
we're
here.
playing a game to do this? I like
It's a little bit of a game. It's a new game, like Jim alluded to, that we have here in Jim Mad Molly. We have previously had a segment called Tinder Time, which I got rid of because I thought it was inappropriate.
I like
just to-
Tinder Time.
Just to say the least. It was salacious. It was a little too not safe for work for this show. I think you'd agree with me, right, Jim? For this
Yes.
show, it's a little out of left
Did
field.
you caulk your window this weekend or not?
I'll just ignore that question. Anyways, so we have a new version of the game, which is essentially swipe right if you like it, swipe left if you don't. So this game is called Crush It or Can It.
If it's yes, then crush it.
Those mountains are blue.
If it's a no, then can it.
Oh my God.
It smells like a skunk.
It really does.
It's time for Crush It or Can It.
Yeah, guys, so the idea here is that if it's a yes to the pass rusher that Jesse's presenting us, then yes, crush it like a Coors Light. And if it's a no, then can it like a skunk beer.
Now, do you want me to answer this as a Bears fan or what I think for the Packers?
Ooh. I think, Ryan, you have the article, right?
I do,
okay.
yes. So
Why don't you present it? I'll
Yes.
share it from a Packers fan perspective.
There you
and
go.
Jim, being the Bears guy, he can share it from the Bears fan perspective on the Green Bay Packers. I like that. Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
All right, well then, you know what, guys? Starting off, it's funny that we have a Bears fan perspective because one potential pass rusher over the age of 30 who Jacob Westendorf throws out is former Bears pass rusher Khalil Mack. So I ask you first, Jesse, would you crush it or can it, Khalil Mack on the Green Bay Packers?
Now I'm going to can that one.
Really?
Yeah, Khalil Mack's an interesting name, but he's not what he was. I mean, he kind of a resurgence with the LA Chargers, but
big time.
The Packers had their opportunity to get Khalil Mack in 2018. The Bears ended up swiping in there and getting him instead.
Yeah.
So I'm not in on the Khalil Mack option. I'm going to can that one. I think Goody would be very disinterested in a player 35 years old, let alone 30 years old. We know how tough that is.
He's 35?
35 he's going to be coming
Okay.
up. And that's a little too old for me.
Yeah.
If you have someone on a limited basis like he would be, I don't think that's going to make this team a Super Bowl contender.
Okay, so then, Jim, I'll ask you, as the Bears fan, would you want to see Khalil Mack, the former Chicago Bear, on the Green Bay Packers?
Is this a scenario where Rashawn Gary and Lucas Van Ness are also on the Packers?
I would say Lucas Van Ness probably is, because I don't think the Packers would move off of him yet. Rashawn Gary, if they're getting Khalil Mack, there's no way they could have both on the team.
I feel like everybody's of the understanding Rashawn Gary probably isn't coming back to the Green Bay Packers next year.
Probably.
Are we not on the same page there?
I could look, I'll be honest, if you ask Goody, I bet you he would spin some yarn that Rashawn Gary's a better player than Khalil Mack right now, which I would not agree with. But I also think it's possible that instead of just outright cutting him, they try to restructure his contract and keep him on a lower number.
So
that's within play.
With all these edge pass rusher kind of guys, I'm thinking that they're going to be splitting time with Lucas Van Ness, serving as a bit of a mentor for him to try and get him over the hump. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Okay. So, Jim, we'll ask you again then, Jim.
So,
as a Bears
Mack
fan,
is not a situational play, so basically...
he's an every down... No, he's got to be like the opposite pass rusher of...
Crush it.
You want to crush
you can't
it?
do that. Yeah.
Okay. So not good for Packers fans. But Jim's crushing it. All right, well, good for Jim. Let's see how much he gets through of this 4-pack. See how many of these he crushes. All right, guys, the next one on the list is edge rusher Hassan Reddick, who I don't think was in the league this past year, actually. He's on this list primarily because he has familiarity with Jonathan Gannon, played for that Eagles defense in 2022 when they went to the Super Bowl, had a career high, I believe, 16 sacks with Jonathan Gannon as his D coordinator. So starting with Jesse, would you crush it or can it, Hassan Reddick on the Packers?
I kind of like this one. This would be a value add. He's only 32, so he's closer to that magic number that Goody insists is not a
line of demarcation
that the Packers have. But at 32, and I'm reading from Jacob Westendorf here, he turns 32 early in the season, and he shouldn't be that expensive. Projected contract value $5.7 million. To me, that is the kind of guy that Goody would take a risk on. That is, who's that receiver a couple of years ago that they brought in from the Funchess?
Devin Funchess.
Funchess,
wow.
Or McCole
Sammy
Hardman
Watkins?
last year, Sammy Watkins, where if it doesn't work out, you cut him, you move on. It's not that big of a deal. If it does hit and it works out, you're going to look pretty smart if you can get that good of a player and rechannel what he was a couple of years ago for less than $6 million.
Okay.
So I would say crush it on Hassan Reddick being an option the Packers could explore to bring in as a pass rusher, chasing a ring this year.
By the way, he played for the Buccaneers last year, played 13 games, 12 starts, and had 2.5 sacks.
He was out there.
He was out there. Jim, would you crush it or can it as a Bears fan? Do you want to see Hassan Reddick on the Packers?
I mean, it's hard because at the number Jesse's talking about, I would can it, but I'll go ahead and crush it because I still think picking a guy like Hassan Reddick and expecting him to bounce back ends up leaving you with a hole.
Okay.
You end up in trouble.
All right, Jim's got 2 down in this 4-pack. All right, then we'll keep it moving on the list. So the third prospective pass rusher thrown out there by Jacob Westendorf is one edge rusher Joey Bosa, who was on the Buffalo Bills this past season as they desperately needed pass rush help. Jesse, starting with you as a Packers fan, crush it or can it, Joey Bosa on the Green Bay Packers?
So there's one thing I don't know about the Packers, and Jason said this on our show last week in the mornings, Wilde and Tausch, 9 to noon. Micah Parsons is the leader of the Green Bay Packers, more so than Jordan Love, more so than Josh Jacobs. Micah Parsons has the strongest voice in the Packers locker room, and you heard that impact right away this year. Joey Bosa feels like the guy, and not just because he's an edge rusher, he could bring that edge that makes the Packers a little more feared. But I think for what the contract would be and some of the health concerns that I would have for Joey Bosa, I'm going to say no thanks. I'm going to can Joey Bosa. I'm out on that option. Although I would make a phone call I would make a phone call to have a conversation, but I would say this is probably not going to. It's kind of like when you're buying a house, and you're like, this is way too expensive a house, but if I'll put in an offer at this level and we happen to get it, great. That'd be awesome. I just don't think that's going to happen with Joey Bosa. So I'm going to say ultimately can it.
All right, Jim, how about you? As a Bears fan, would you crush it or can it? Would you want to see Joey Bosa on the Green Bay Packers?
What's the word? I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I'm not going to wish a Bosa on the Packers, so I will can that.
Okay.
He's missed 43 games in his career due to a bunch of different injuries.
Yeah, I was just looking at 2022 and 2023 combined. He had 14 games with 9 starts.
It's a red flag.
Last year he played 15 games, though. Started 15 games for the Buffalo Bills. Had 5 sacks and led the league with 5 forced fumbles.
I like that the only thing, why I would say yes to Hassan Reddick, the only reason he didn't play in some games a few years ago was because he got traded to the Jets and he didn't want to be there.
Yes.
So if that's the only reason he missed some time at 32 and he was productive last year with Tampa being on the field, I think there's still some value there.
He was productive?
Well.
2.5 sacks.
Played in 13 games.
2.5 sacks in 13 games.
Joey Bosa missed 43 games over the years.
And he had 5 sacks last year.
If I'm going to make any investment in a guy over 30 years old, at least he's got to be able to get on the field.
Okay, well, we're talking about over 30, so why don't we go almost to 40? The last one on this list is not really an edge rusher, actually. It's defensive tackle / D-end, but he'd be a true down-in-the-dirt D lineman. This is Calais Campbell, who I believe is 37, going to be going on 38 this year. Jesse, I'll start with you. Crush it or can it? Would you want Calais Campbell on the Green Bay Packers next year?
Jason was all about this one this morning. He wants Calais Campbell because Tausch actually blocked Calais Campbell during his playing career.
Wow.
That's where we're at. Tausch played against this guy. It's 2026, and he's still rushing quarterbacks.
And Tausch last played in 2010 full season?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I can't fathom this one happening. I don't know what his relationship is with Jonathan Gannon, who was the head coach of the Cardinals last year.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it's good the way that ended for Jonathan Gannon in Arizona. I think there's a lot of reasons to say no to this one. The story of a 40-year-old coming in when, Goody doesn't do 30-year-olds, but he'll take a 40-year-old to come in and be I don't see this one happening at all. I'm out. Can it?
Yeah, he's been in the league as long as Matthew Stafford. Oh, my gosh. And Matthew Stafford, we talk about, will his spine survive every year? And I don't know if Jim Rutledge is surviving these.
Jim, you there? We got you?
I don't think
I'm here.
He's here.
I got a phone call, and somehow that ruined it.
Oh, my God.
He got a phone call, so we don't see him on the video stream.
No, I'm not answering it. I'm just saying that's jammed up that video.
Yes, I'm sorry. I thought we lost you there, Jim. I didn't see you anymore.
I'm here.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay,
not
so
my day.
All right, I'll ask you then, Jim. As a Bears fan, would you want to see Calais Campbell on the Green Bay Packers next year?
No, I'd can that. I think Calais Campbell is exactly the kind of guy the Packers need. A Mercedes Lewis for the defense, of that guy who could provide a lot of locker room leadership, help out in a lot of those crazy chaos situations. A born leader. He's a mountain of a man.
Yeah.
And at that position, and I got a chance to meet him and cover him, and this is when he was in college, and he was a mountain of a man. Honestly, I just think of Ted Washington, Keith Williams back in the day of you just can't move those dudes.
Can I get him as a player coach?
That's essentially what he'd be.
Yeah.
I'd feel like his insight and his leadership would be more valuable for a Packers team that struggled to close games rather than his actual play on the field coming up on 40 years old.
I will say, because I actually had the number wrong. He is currently 39 years old. Over the last 3 seasons, he has not missed a regular season game.
He's been reliable,
which is
crazy.
Good. And he's had over 5 sacks in each, 5 or more sacks in each of the last 4 seasons. Now, the most he's had in a season over that span is 6.5, so it's not like he's lighting up the stat board, but he's also an interior D lineman, so it's not like those guys usually get a ton of sacks anyway.
He did the thing, though, where he went back to Arizona, and I feel like guys near the end of their careers, they always go home, and that felt like the go-home play for him, which means I don't know if he's got a lot left.
Could have 1 season. Go chase a ring with a team like the Packers.
I'd rather invest elsewhere and not for as much as he may cost.
I would also wonder, is he going to be, if you're ring chasing, if you're Calais Campbell, are the Packers your first choice?
Well, that's an interesting question. That maybe that's a different conversation here. All these guys, I don't think the Packers are one edge rusher or one pass rusher away from, snap your fingers. Oh, we got that. Now we're a Super Bowl contender. I felt that way last year before Micah Parsons came to town. And when he came, that was the snap the finger. Now we're ready to be a Super Bowl contender. And if he doesn't get hurt down the stretch of the season, I wonder if things play out differently.
Yeah. Does that wrap it up there, Ryan?
Yeah, sorry about that. I was trying to tell Jim to try and reconfigure his video call there, but
poor guy.
Yeah, I don't think he knows quite where things are. Do you hear me right now, Jim?
I hear you.
Okay, so you can see okay.
I'm sorry. I showed up and everything went to blank. I'm my hand up. I'm sure I'm at fault for all this technical snafu going on, no matter what the situation is.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jim. I won't show up tomorrow, and hopefully everything will be back to normal. Okay.
Oh, good. I'm back on camera there. So.
Oh, there he is.
Lovely.
Thank goodness.
Yes. All right.
Okay. So before we were about to sign off there, I did ask Jesse, Jim, do you think that Calais Campbell would go to Green Bay if he's truly ring chasing?
This is hilarious. I'm here, guys. Just because you can't see me, I heard the whole segment.
Okay.
I believed he was there the whole time. Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't saying anything. I couldn't tell.
Because Jesse was talking.
Okay.
Yes, I don't think the Packers are number one on his list. One, cold weather. Two, it's not a slam dunk. So I just don't. And I understand there's a little bit of a tie to Gannon, but who knows if that's even a good tie. So no, I don't think it's going to happen.
If I'm him, I'm calling like the Rams.
Yep.
I'm somewhere in warm weather, climate controlled indoor stadium.
Play for them too.
Yeah.
Back there.
Yeah. That's actually where he that's where he had the best years of his career. Actually,
I don't know where he's if he's from Florida, and I know he played for the Canes, but it's like Jacksonville or even Tampa.
It says he was born in Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
So maybe the cold would not be an issue for him in that
Mountains
case.
are
Well,
blue.
I know he spent most of his time with Arizona, the Canes, the Jaguars. So
Yeah, he definitely has chosen southern-based teams. The furthest north he's gone is Baltimore in his professional career. So yeah, it's not exactly the frozen tundra. All right, well, that was
Jesse, going to tell us a little bit again about the show that we watched?
I am, yeah. So we mentioned at the start of the show today that before we came on the air today, our ESPN Madison team went over to the Marcus Point Cinema, and we saw A Road at Night, the documentary chronicling former Badgers player and coach Howard Moore and the 2019 tragedy that forever changed his family. The theater was packed with people supporting Howard and his family, supporting the Badgers community, the Madison community, and your chance still throughout the rest of this week to get over to the Marcus Point Cinema on the west side of Madison and see it for yourself. Exclusive post-screening panels happened during the opening weekend. It was really cool seeing some of the coverage of that all weekend long with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Gard and Matt LePay, the director, John Roach. By the way, it was very well done. Everyone says it was well. It was so good. So congratulations to everyone involved there. And again, go check it out. If you're a fan of Wisconsin athletics, this is going to hit you. Don't be prepared for, it's an emotional experience. I will say that. So make sure you're ready for that when you head into this. But seeing it in theaters, the proceeds supporting Howard and his family, go check it out through February 19th. Marcus Point Cinema in Madison. All proceeds support Howard Moore's ongoing care. Find showtimes, get tickets. aroadatnight.com is the website. aroadatnight.com.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening live from St. John's, Newfoundland. The Newfies love Jim, Matt, and Molly. 100.5 ESPN Madison.
For over a century, one family has helped generations move forward. Christofferson Moving and Storage. They've built a legacy of trust celebrating 120 years in 2026 with transparent, upfront pricing, highly trained professional crews, and flexible services designed around you. They protect your home and belongings with expert care and clear communication every step of the way. Let them handle the heavy lifting so you can focus on what's next. Christofferson Moving and Storage. Your best move since 1906. Get your complimentary quote at ChristoffersonMoving.com.
What's it like to have a 20-plus year business technology relationship with James Imaging Systems? Listen to Doug Brown, Assistant Executive Director with the Dane County Humane Society.
It feels like having an extra person on our own team that's coming to take care of us.
Tell us more.
Their ability to help us with our problems, whether it's proactively planning to prevent problems or when a problem arises, they're always right here to help us get things going again.
So the benefit of working with James Imaging Systems?
It's one less thing to worry about. It just makes us feel like we're in good hands, makes us feel like we have somebody who is on our side and genuinely trying to help us accomplish our daily tasks.
Doug, would you recommend James to others?
I would 100% recommend James Imaging Systems to anybody who is looking for somebody to help them with their copiers, their printers, their services on their existing equipment. We've been happy for decades.
James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Visit jamesimaging.com.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Hey, it's Molly Brown. And let's be honest, between work, kids, and everything else life throws at me, I'm always looking for a little extra energy. That's why I love ZOA Energy. It's made with natural ingredients, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, so I get that boost I need without the crash or jitters. Plus, there are tons of great flavors. It's vegan, gluten-free, and even low in sugar, so it fits right into my busy, health-conscious routine. So grab a ZOA Energy, fuel your body, focus your mind, and take on your day like a champ.
30 for 30 presents the Philly Special.
38 seconds to go. We're on the 1 yard line, 4th down. We call timeout.
It was all about the Patriots. They were built for this. Nobody was quite sure what the Eagles were built for.
Right away, the Philly Special jumped in my mind. You want Philly, Philly?
My pause was just like,
Yeah, let's do it. That's it.
This isn't the play of the game, folks. This is the play of the season.
Stream the Philly Special now on the ESPN app.
Time is valuable. That's why Lowe's Blueprint Takeoffs turn blueprints into quotes faster. Bring us your plans, and we'll generate itemized material lists to make quoting easier so you can get back to building. Plus, at the Lowe's Pro Desk, you get access to thousands of building materials not sold in store. And when your order's ready, we'll deliver everything to the job site. Improving is easy at Lowe's.
When you or a loved one are faced with an unexpected injury or illness, Stoughton Health's Urgent Care is there for you. Stoughton Health has 4 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have urgent care locations in Stoughton, Oregon, McFarland, and Cottage Grove with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health accepts over 160 insurances, including Dean Health Plan, Quartz, Humana, and more. Please visit stoughtonhealth.com for more information. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
I wasn't sure if I could afford college, and my family couldn't help me. But I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I found financial support beyond tuition. Even fuel, transportation, and technology has been covered. It's incredible that I'll be able to graduate debt-free. My advice to others, don't let financial barriers stop you. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. Call 608-220-0005 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. Millions of dollars are won every single weekend at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. So go be a winner and go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Ryan, don't worry. I'm still here even though I just got dropped off of the call. There, I'm back again. All right.
Someone try calling you again?
What is going on over there?
I got a notification on my phone as I was looking at it. It says your host is not available, but then here I am. So I am still here on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream.
In fairness, 2 of your hosts weren't available, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah, maybe the show wasn't supposed to happen. Maybe the radio gods are like, Jesse Nelson, really, Jim? Just shut it down. Shut it down.
This is what you wanted to resort to?
Yeah, Jesse Nelson in for Molly Brown and Matt Hamilton. Primetime Lawyers shine behind the glass at the Everlight Solar Studio. And this is my last segment on the show as I'll be heading out to go see my daughter in a recital. But
was it Freddie the Frog and the Jungle Jazz?
Yes, Freddie the Frog and the Jungle Jazz.
So I get to do whatever I want on this show for roughly 15 minutes of airtime today?
Ryan?
Holy smokes. Wow. We get to do anything that I want to do.
It's like Mr. Rogers took over Saturday Night Live.
Do an extended edition of Whoa Nelly,
Power rankings of marching band sections.
You still haven't given us your third most impactful marching band.
Save it for later. I don't want to talk about it. Let's throw some stones.
1, 2, 3,
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
Now what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
And Jim, you were telling us about how cool the All-Star game was apparently yesterday?
Yes. Now, Jesse will appreciate my critique because I was getting dinner ready. I was making up some burgers, so I was kind of getting some seasoning and stuff on it a little bit beforehand. So this was probably around like 5 o'clock. I turned on the Peacock app, and I was like, let's see what's on. And I was like, you know what? Instead of the Olympics, I'll fire up the All-Star game, see what's going on. I'm like, honestly, I fired up out of curiosity. Why is it on so early? So I turn it on, and I joined towards the end, about 3 minutes left in the second game between the Stars and the Stripes, because they had split the teams up into 3 teams, which I was unaware of. There's a Stars team, a Stripes team. Those were the American-born players, and then a European team that was just foreign-born players. So I'm watching this game. They're going back and forth, and it's a heck of a game. I even texted one of our teammates, Ben Wittes, who I know enjoys the NBA. I said, are you watching the All-Star game? He said, no. I said, you should turn it on because the players are going back and forth, and
there was some defense being played.
They seem to care. LeBron James had an awesome putback dunk, a big important one in that game to help his team win. He had a deep 3. Anthony Edwards had a couple big plays. He scored like the last 5 points of the game for his team, but a last-second 3 from De'Aaron Fox wins the game for LeBron's team, and it was really fun. It was almost like the young pups versus the old dogs, and the old dogs won that one. I was like, this is interesting. And then the next one, they do the next one, and then it's the LeBron's team again, and they take on the European team, Victor Wembanyama. Just amazing. His shot, he made a jump shot over Kevin Durant, which was just remarkable. Just 2 incredibly long, athletic human beings trying to play defense against each other.
2 giraffes fighting.
Yes, and the whole time, guys are flying all over the place, diving for balls. That game went down to the wire too. The Wemby's team had an opportunity. Wemby had an opportunity to hit a game-winning 3 or game-tying 3 that would have taken overtime. Because Jesse, the other parts were like, there's all these weird rules that European team had to win by 3 or more to be able to move on because there was like a cumulative point system. So my critique of it, though, that I said that you probably would like is that I knew I had a general idea and I follow sports, and it took me a couple minutes to figure out exactly what was going on. They needed to do a better job of really laying it out, as we're told all the time. People are tuning in and out all the time. Like, I struggled for a good 5 minutes figuring out what the hell is happening, what are the rules, why are we doing this? And once I did, I was super into it.
It was basically 3 12-minute games, and then whoever was the best of the 2 teams in those 3 games advanced to play each other in the 4th game, which was for all the marbles. Yep. I loved it. I think the NBA figured it out. And I saw something yesterday that this might only be the format that they want to go with during Olympic years to match the U.S. versus the world kind of vibe going on this time of year, and especially with the game being back on NBC, obviously the home of the Olympics. There's that kind of syncing up of that ideology there, I guess, for their sports programming. But they should do this every year. There's no doubt they should do this every year. You obviously play for more pride, and you play with more gusto, with more on the line, it feels, when you're representing your nation. And we saw that with hockey, with the Four Nations face-off last year that everyone was saying it was fantastic. We see it this year in the NBA All-Star Game. We've seen it with the World Baseball Classic, which is going to be starting up here again pretty soon. There's just another level you go to when you're playing with the flag of the country that you represent on the front of your jersey. And so this worked. Having all the NBA players buy into playing for 12 minutes at a time rather than in and out for 48 minutes, I think was helpful in having a little more buy-in and avoiding the injury concerns of playing a little more aggressively. So it was a success entirely. Now, Saturday was a struggle. The three-point contest was fine. The dunk contest was abysmal.
I saw Jace Richardson getting blocked by the backboard.
That was bad. I mean, the dunk contest was atrocious.
I was worried for his health, honestly.
Yeah. Bobby Portis is in the three-point contest. What are we doing?
Damian Lillard winning the three-point contest.
And he didn't play in a game, and he's not going to this year.
It's kind of cool that he won the three-point contest.
I mean, sure, but then just bring a bunch of guys that are recently retired and have them play the three-point contest.
Dame versus Ray Allen.
Bring Ray Allen and Jason Richardson and all these three-point sharpshooters from
Klay Thompson,
a decade and a half ago. Yeah.
Yes.
Bring all those guys back. Like I didn't even know there was stuff going on Friday. They have the celebrity
Rising
game.
Stars game.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was stuff going
Shams
on Friday.
Was playing.
Sunday was great. The rest of it was not great. Overall, a win for NBA All-Star Weekend.
I don't know if you have to work in a horse or something, but the slam dunk contest is done. Like and here's the problem is they've all been done. Like, we see these dunks now in games. It's just not the unicorn thing that it used to be.
Yep.
So
dunk contest needs to go bye-bye.
Yeah, unless you're going to try to put it like 12 feet, I'm interested then. You want to make it taller? You want to make it harder? You want to because honestly, if you're doing the exact same dunks that were done 30 years ago at 12 feet, I'm in. It's or whatever the number they think would make it more interesting that you actually can pull off these dunks. But
I know what I want them to do for the dunk contest. Do it in water. Yeah, you're like when you're a kid and you got the diving board and you're jumping off the side. You're like, I'm going to dunk this into. I mean, it's dangerous, so you got to make sure you can do it the right way. But I want them to do it in water. With a little inflatable hoop that goes in the middle of the pool. It's a 10-foot bottom, so you don't have any injury concern.
Their dad can be standing in the pool, throw the ball to them,
and they throw it to them up and they dive in and they put it in. That would make me. I would watch that.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
I would like a horse, like playing horse or playing 3-on-3, like mix those things in there, something like that.
What if they had the dunk contest, but like the hoop just like moved up and down, almost like a Mario wipeout type thing?
Someone.
Yeah, and you had to time it up properly so you could dunk, and then whoever dunks it at the highest point gets like the most points. Like, what if you really start to like gamify this thing?
Yes, fun in theory, terrible in execution.
If you're going to gamify something, then gamify the 3-point contest and have 5-point shots and 10-point shots.
I think
let them shoot from wherever they want.
3-point contest with a moving backboard would actually be impressive.
But I want to see the skill. Hey,
skill?
If Steph Curry wants to line up and shoot just 5-pointers from the logo, great.
You know what we always used to play in the driveway that would have some appeal? Around the World. You ever do Around the World?
I did. I don't remember how it was played, though.
We had chalk, and you would put numbers like 1 through 12 all around the driveway. And 1 would be like a layup. 2 would be at the free throw line. 3 would be a mid-range on the left elbow. And you would continue, and by the time you got to 12, you're like out in the road or on the back deck, and you're trying to launch it over the house into the hoop. You go around the world and back, and then if you make 1, 2, and then you miss on 3, you stay at 3, and then the next person goes. I would watch Around the World, and you put some ridiculous ones from 3/4 court and have Steph. It's essentially expanding the 3-point shootout.
Okay,
I'd watch basketball
Basketball.
Sure.
That'd
be fun. Yeah. That'd be fun.
Or like I think it was called 21. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
I thought that
21's
too,
good.
21. Lightning would actually be. Lightning could be really fun with pro NBA athletes.
I'm going to stick with water basketball. And I want everything in water. So the dunk contest, I want in water. I want, like, when you go to, like, a water park and you got, like, 3-on-3 and you're just, like, battling everybody trying to get to the bucket and dunk it. I want to see, like, Giannis going against Luka Doncic in the pool.
I do kind of like the idea of, like, crossovers with other sports. Like, water, like, dunks. So it's swimming and basketball. Then basketball would be good, too.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I don't know if there's, like...
What are we doing?
Sometimes
in this job, you take a step back. You say, "Are we really talking about basketball at the NBA All-Star Game?"
Is this the worst month in the sports calendar? Jim,
no, not at all.
Before you log off here, before you go to Freddie the Frog and the Jungle Jazz dance recital or performance, do you feel like this is the worst month of the sports calendar? Because I think it might be.
Yeah, this is the worst month, period. Because this is the worst month of the sports calendar, and I'm including the Olympics being on right now. Because, again, the Olympics aren't sports. It's sports for people who don't like sports.
Would you be saying that if Matt was competing?
I like sports.
I'm not going to take away anyone's gold medal. I'm saying all that. But, like, the interest in the Olympics is far more about the human interest side of it, which is why Matt winning the gold and was far more impactful than any other time curling has done anything, because that team was interesting and Matt was a character. You're selling the story, you're selling the human condition, you're selling triumph over tragedy, and you're selling working hard and all of that. The actual sports, especially the Winter Olympics, are absolutely ridiculous, and I could give two flips of who wins what. But I'm not also at the same time going to negate how cool it is, the opportunity if they can win. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to negate Stoltz for winning those gold medals. Good for him. But I'm also not going to care about it at all or ever think of him again.
Jeez. That's so mean. What if he comes on the show? Matt could be like, "Hey, I know Jordan Stoltz. I'm going to get him on." And they'd be like, "You're not going to, I don't care. He's a speech getter."
Matt knows. Matt knows.
I can imagine.
Matt knows how I feel about the Olympics. I did watch Stoltz a little bit because I stumbled into it when I was doing the dishes. I was like,
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I had to catch him.
2 Olympic records. Pretty good.
It was like NASCAR on skates with humans. It was great.
I believe
Went
you.
around a circle a few times.
Jim, this was fun. Thanks for having me today.
All right, yeah, no, I gotta go. You guys have fun. I gotta go see a recital. I get to go see a recital.
Freddie the Frog and the Jungle Jazz.
Yeah,
Freddie
we're on a
the Frog
full report
and the Jungle
tomorrow.
Jazz.
Full report.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Oh, so Jim's leaving.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Bye.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Vote for Jim, Matt, and Molly as Madison's best radio team every day this month at MadisonMagazine.com.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cash back app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. Top users make between $200 to $300 per month.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GOOD25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GOOD25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GOOD25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
This is Coach Greg Gard. I've lived my whole life in Wisconsin, and I know what people here value: hard work, honesty, and looking out for one another. That's exactly how Bank CMG approaches banking. They combine hometown values with modern tools to help people make confident financial decisions. When you want a bank that understands where you're coming from, Bank CMG makes sense. Visit bankcmg.com or stop by your local branch. Let's get to work.
Ben Brust here for the Princeton Club. If you're looking for your better tomorrow, you know where to go. It's the Princeton Club. If you're looking to grow, it's also the Princeton Club, because they will cheer for you in all areas of your life. The best way to do that is to start a foundation of having a healthy body, and your growth will start from there. With the cleanest health clubs in Wisconsin, they provide everything for you to reach your goals. Start your better tomorrow today and grow in all areas of your life at the Princeton Club. Join for a better tomorrow.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Olivia Chelevold from Middleton High School. Liv, how you doing?
Great, thanks for having me on.
A distance runner. Okay,
Yes.
A little history here. Your dad was a longtime coach at Madison Memorial.
Yep.
It's a rivalry of Middleton.
Mm-hmm.
When is the first time you remember running? Is it as soon as you could walk?
Yes, I grew up around it. My dad was a coach for 17 years, so I grew up watching those girls and really wanted to join the sport.
Now you're going to get to be a Badger. I'm sure Mom and Dad are happy to have you close to home,
Yes,
right?
definitely. Yeah, I grew up around the Madison area, and I got to watch the Zimmer, the Nutty come invite every year, and I think that community has really stuck out to me, and I'm really excited to become a part of it and be around those like-minded people and be able to run with everyone.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
Why I got a technical foul.
The best is at Goodman's.
I was not demonstrative.
Love is in the air this February at Metro Ford of Madison. And if you're ready for a relationship that can handle anything, meet the 2025 Bronco Sport. Right now, get 3.9% APR for 66 months, just $16.86 per thousand finance, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash. Or lease a Bronco Sport for just $319 a month with 10% down. But don't wait. This sweetheart of a deal ends March 2nd. Find your one true love today at MetroFordofMadison.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app.
This loss is as painful to Packer fans as you can ever imagine.
A customizable homepage, easier and quicker live listening. Your shows at the touch of a fingertip. Available in Apple and Android app stores.
I have no evidence behind that whatsoever. It's just a feeling I have, and that might just be because I'm scared of this rivalry in the playoffs.
Your one-stop shop for ESPN Wisconsin. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Download it today.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
This is Martin Sensaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Jim, Matt, Molly, presented by Coors Light. ESPN Madison. I'm not Jim. I'm not Matt. I'm not Molly. I'm Jesse Nelson. And as much as the opportunity to host this show for 10 minutes at the end of it all by myself is something that I would love to abuse the power of having on these airwaves, I am going to take the high road and not spend it entirely talking about marching bands and all of my other favorite things. My piano is here. My mom got me a brand new piano for Christmas, and this is a keyboard, I should say.
I was going to say, you keep calling it a piano.
Well, I play it as a piano. I mean, when you say keyboard, I think of it like the electric one. Like, it is electric.
Well,
but
yeah, it is.
I think of it like, kind of thing, and I play it like a piano.
It's what John Tesh plays Round Ball Rock on, which is a keyboard.
Jesse Tesh, that's me.
Jesse Tesh.
That's Primetime Wilderstein, by the way. He's the producer of the show. He's still here. Thanks for working a full 2 hours.
Only member of the show here.
Appreciate you, Prime. So I thought about just playing my piano for 10 minutes for you to close out the show, but I actually want to talk about Badger basketball a little bit more. So let's do that. Our poll question, Siding Unlimited poll question up at the start of the show today. I think that the Wisconsin Badgers are an Elite 8 caliber team, which Prime and Jim were making fun of me for being a weak take. I don't think that that's a weak take. I think that that was a pretty good one, because if they are not a 7, 8, 9, or 10 seed, and they don't play a 1 or a 2, until the Sweet 16. I think they have a great chance with 4 or 5 days of preparation to get ready for a Sweet 16 game against a really good team, win it, and advance to the Elite Eight. I don't know if I can say they're a Final Four team. Tausch did not declare them as a Final Four team despite the hype we had going into this morning's show. It turns out Greg Gard, Matt LePay encouraging him not to do so last week may have played a factor in that. But they are really good. They're obviously contending and beating some of the top teams in the country. Michigan is number 1 this week, and the Badgers beat Michigan earlier this year. They're the only team that's done that. 2 of their 3 top 10 victories this year have been on the road. That is incredibly impressive in Big Ten Conference play because that conference is good this year at the top. So 74%, it remains strong, 74% of fans agree, yes, the Badgers are an Elite Eight caliber team. I said this earlier in the show. If you missed it, find the full podcast available on the ESPN Wisconsin app. It comes down to what the matchups are going to be in the bracket. I usually hate when people say that because, it depends on what it is. Have a strong assertion on what you think this team is. If you're saying have a strong assertion on it, I'll say if they are not a 7, 8, 9, or 10, I expect them to play the second weekend of the NCAA tournament. If they are a 7, 8, 9, or 10, then I don't expect them to play the second week of the tournament. That is how I feel right now with 6 games left in the regular season, only one of which is against a ranked opponent, Purdue, coming down the stretch. For more Badgers conversation, by the way, you can tune into Jim and Pablo, Jim Rutledge, Pablo Iglesias, Riley Yauk, part of the Jump Around, Thursdays at 12:30, live video streaming on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Primetime Ryan Wollersheim, you are as big a Badger fan as anybody around here. College basketball now heating up with just a few weeks to go in the regular season. How good do you think the Wisconsin Badgers are based on what you have seen, especially as the expectations and the excitement has heated up here over the last 8 days?
Yeah, I would say there's 2 things for me that have heated up. The excitement for me has definitely gone up because they just beat back-to-back top 10 teams, one on the road, and one of which being like one of our arch rivals now in Illinois. First time winning in Champaign in 7 years, by the way.
It's a long time.
That was a crazy stat that I heard when John Fanta said that on Tuesday night. That game was not enjoyable for me whatsoever. It felt like the Badgers were just clinging on to win that game the entire time because, let's be honest, Illinois is missing like 2 of their top 3 scorers, I'm pretty sure. And their freshman, Wagner, was just whapping everything.
He was good.
He was insane. I mean, as much as Nick Boyd and John Blackwell were filling it up in that game, he was matching them every shot for shot. I will say, the resilience and gutsiness they showed in that game was something I didn't expect out of them, if I'm being honest, especially after the way that things unraveled against Indiana. Now,
when they got down 12 in the second half, I thought it was done. I 100%. Started scrolling, and then all of a sudden they started coming back, and I was glued.
Yes, and the fact that they actually were able to come all the way back, pull off the comeback, John Blackwell just hitting big shots down the stretch, as he did in the second half against Michigan State, too. Coming off the Indiana game, that felt like momentous, because I was truly worrying after the Indiana game. Now, I think part of the reason they lost that game in overtime, the refs definitely had an impact on that. I think at least the charge call or the charge call, yes, on Nick Boyd in overtime was total BS.
It was.
But the other call, apparently, we did see the other angle.
He tripped him.
He tripped him.
Fair call.
Yeah,
Fair
whatever.
call.
Anyways, it's still BS call. Anyways, to get the win against Illinois was massive, but I felt like the whole time like they snuck out a win in Champaign, and that was great because it felt like they kept their tournament hopes alive. Whereas this game, after beating Michigan State by 21 points, whether it be at the Kohl Center or in East Lansing, okay, yeah, no, this team is actually really, really good when they're playing their best. Now, Riley Yauk said they could beat any team in the country when they're playing their best. That I would disagree with.
Yeah, let's dial that back.
But at the end of the day, the thing that worried me the most is that I did not feel like they had the low post presence and the rebounding to be able to stand up against a Tom Izzo coached Michigan State team. They showed that in spades.
And Illinois on
Friday.
Tuesday, and they had more offensive rebounds than Illinois did, which was a remarkable number to me.
I think an underrated aspect to this, if we really want to get into it, is Billy Hauskis, the presence down low that he's bringing as a redshirt freshman, as well as Austin Rapp. When they're on the court, they have a sense of physicality because Nolan Winter is a good scorer and he's athletic for a big man. He doesn't have the low post presence at the end of the day they need.
They have exceptional veteran guard play in Blackwell and Boyd. They also are multiple where their bigs can also step out beyond the 3-point line.
All of them can shoot.
And Billy Hauskis and Austin Rapp had the big shot in the clutch moment in Illinois the other day. And Nolan
Ohio
Winters
State,
had
he
some
20 points in the half.
Exactly. So They're multiple. They have a lot of. They check a lot of the boxes. When you see, this is the time of the year. If you're watching these college basketball shows and if on ESPN or whatever network, you'll start to see, okay, which teams check the boxes for the NCAA tournament Final Four run resume. And you need veteran, exceptional guard play. You need a guy that's dependable down in the post. You need to be able to rebound efficiently. You need to have an experienced, accountable coach. And Wisconsin checks a lot of those boxes.
And I think
the Final Four run, NCAA tournament run.
The last one on top of all that is you got to get really hot from three. You got to be a team who's able to get really hot from three, and they can. Now, I will say if they're not shooting well from three, I'm very worried about how this team could fare in a game against like a 6 seed or any team that's not like an at-large.
I feel like that's any basketball team at any level.
True,
if you're a 3-point dependent team, you have a cold shooting night, you play in a Metrodome or something, or I put that in quotes. You play in a big dome where the dimensions are off that you're not used to playing in, as opposed to the Kohl Center or wherever else. Like, it's going to be different, and it could be not as good.
You wouldn't have to worry about that theoretically until the Final Four. That's that kind of aspect.
Yeah, sometimes when you go to those, I mean, some of these NBA arenas that do the Sweet 16, the Elite Eight, now it can mess you up a little bit.
But at the end of the day, like, I think the thing that I'm trying to say is that they're dependent on the three, and if they're really hot from three, they could beat just about any team in the country. But if they're not shooting well from three, if they're having a game where they're only shooting like 33, 35% maybe, how far do I think they could go? And if that happens, even in the round of 32, I don't know how much faith I would have in this team, especially against a really big team. Like if we run into a BYU team like we did last year, just long, lanky, and athletic, that feels like it could still unravel this team because they're fast, but I still don't know if they have the elite physicality, the elite athleticism to keep up with like some of the teams I watch in the Big 12 or even in the ACC on a given weekend.
I love college basketball. It's what I look forward to this time of year. I don't think February is the worst sports month of the year. I think things heat up in February.
Post-Super Bowl? Post-Super Bowl,
no,
February
I love
is tough.
Like, there's an awesome Houston and Iowa State play on Big Monday tonight on ESPN at 8 o'clock. Like,
Iowa State plays again already?
Yeah.
They just had a big game against Kansas
and
on
now,
Saturday.
like, every game of the Big 12 is awesome. These Big Monday games they've had the last several weeks have just been amazing atmospheres and really good games.
But wouldn't you argue that just all of those games are only better in March? Even the end of the regular season games?
Everything's better in March for college basketball, but this is really good.
It's good.
This is when everyone starts paying attention more, and I encourage you, because Wisconsin's going to be in the tournament now, start to watch some of these other teams, because you'll want to know for your brackets and for conversation around it, because everyone's going to be glued into college basketball now. Start to know who some of these top draft pick potential guys are. There's a guy from Milwaukee who plays for Iowa State right now because they've got this pipeline from Wisconsin going there. That's a good...
Is that Momcilovic?
Milan Momcilovic, exactly. Yeah, multiple-time state champion at Milwaukee High School. Played here in the Kohl Center. Now he's at Iowa State, tearing it up. He's been great this year.
Yeah.
Watch some of these teams from around the country, these top 10 teams, the Big 10 games. Michigan and Purdue play tomorrow on Peacock. That's going to be a great game tomorrow night. Like, start to watch some of the other games and get to be familiar with some of the top teams in the country if you haven't done so yet this year. I love this time of year.
You want to know my favorite fun fact about some of the other top teams in the country and top players in the country?
Sure, yeah. I love Prime's fun facts.
Darren Peterson, the star freshman guard for the Kansas Jayhawks, his older brother, Daryl Peterson, former Badgers defensive end.
Heck yeah!
Why didn't we get him at Wisconsin, Jesse?
Well, if you want to be a one and done at Kansas, I think feel free to go do your thing. And Jalen Johnson, by the way, all-star in the NBA.
True.
And he played at the Kohl Center in a couple of state championships with Sun Prairie Nicolay.
Yeah, you got Jalen Johnson in the NBA, Con Knipple, Tyler Hero for all the guff I think a lot of Wisconsin fans gave him. Like, he is still a good player in the NBA. It's crazy for the state of Wisconsin. College basketball, I agree with you, still very fun. I would also still say February, worst sports month of the year.
Enjoy college basketball. Enjoy the Olympics. I didn't get to do my speed skating minute. Dang it, Jim. Thanks to Jim. Thanks to Matt and Molly for taking the day off. I think at least one or two of the regulars are going to be back tomorrow. Otherwise, you get me. We'll see. Thanks, Prime. Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Ooh.